Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will be filling in for President Jeremy Carter, who is not with us this evening, but we want to welcome everybody online watching or here present with us this evening. I will officially call the meeting to order at 6:01. We will establish a quorum with Mr. Carter's absence. Beginning first matter of business is our monthly building awards.
So mine's going to be short and sweet because my kiddo had surgery a couple weeks ago. But our student of the month this month was Mr. Colton Burks. And he's a great kid, and so I have teachers nominate students for student of the month. Did I say teacher of the month? I meant student of the month. Anyway, I have teachers nominate, and then teachers get to vote once all the nominations are in, and Colton was chosen. And what the teacher said about Colton was that he is always doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He helps others when they're having trouble in class, and Colton is a great kid to have around, super sweet. But he's not here because he had surgery on the 2nd for scoliosis, and so he is at home and he's healing and doing well, and so he has a follow-up surgery, or not surgery, but appointment in a couple of weeks to determine when he gets to come back to school. So as soon as he does get to come back to school, he'll be here. But super proud of Colton and everything that he has accomplished at school.
Good job.
Congratulations, Colton.
Grader. Thank you.
All right, well, two of mine aren't here.
That's two less rolls out of the way for the pictures.
All right, I'm going to start with our 3 through 6 student of the month. I would like to nominate London Raper for Student of the Month. She is truly a joy to have in her class and brings such a positive light to everyone around her. She has a genuine servant's heart, and what it makes it even more special is that it comes so naturally to her. She doesn't do it for recognition, it's simply who she is. Anytime someone needs help, whether it's a student or a teacher, she is the first to step in. If a classmate is struggling, she patiently helps them understand. If someone is having a tough day, she is quick to offer kind words and encouragement, even when she may be facing challenges of her own. She consistently puts others before herself, showing kindness, empathy, and leadership in everything she does. She works hard, takes pride in her learning, and is a wonderful friend to those around her. Students like London are truly special, and we're so lucky to have her. She is more than deserving of this recognition. London is truly one of the kindest souls you will ever meet. She is always willing to help, often before you even have to ask. Her empathy and social awareness set her apart, and she consistently shows a level of patience I deeply admire. She brings light into every room with her positive spirit and the very best attitude about learning. So our 3 through 6 student of the month is London Raper.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job.
That's a pretty name, London.
Our K through 2 student of the month is Jemina Cham. Jemina always comes to my class and tries her very best, showing consistent effort. She shows growth and improvement every single week. She follows school and class rules and is respectful to all teachers and peers. She helps others without being asked and always uses kind words and actions. Jemina is a sweet student that always does as she is asked. She is always listening and doing her best in the classroom and everywhere in the school. She is also willing to step out of her safe zone and try new things. She always includes others, demonstrates self-control, and is neighborly. That's one of our Bison words. Jemina is a bright ray of sunshine in my classroom. So, excited for her too.
Congratulations.
All right. Our staff of the month is Coach Wilson. I would like to nominate Coach Wilson for Staff of the Month. As our Dean of Students, he pours so much of himself into both the elementary and high school campuses, and it truly shows in the way he cares for our students and supports our staff each and every day. No matter the situation, Coach Wilson is someone we can always count on. If we need help, he is there, and if he happens to be off campus, he makes it a point to come find us as soon as he can. That kind of dedication does not go unnoticed. He handles every situation with the perfect balance of firmness and fairness, and while he holds students accountable, he does so with genuine care and respect. Because of that, our students don't just listen to him, they trust him and truly love him. What stands out most is his heart. Coach Wilson is kind, approachable, and always willing to go above and beyond for others. He's a true team player who lifts those around him and helps make our school a better place for both students and staff. We are incredibly thankful for all that he does and the positive impact he makes every single day. He is more than deserving of this recognition. Coach Wilson maintains a positive attitude and boosts team morale. All the students enjoy seeing him, and the football program boys look up to him with respect. He's always greeting our elementary students and happy to help all the staff here at the elementary when he is here. Gary has worked hard for our school and community in the football program. Coach Wilson always does his best to help us teachers with students. We are able to call or text him when we need him, and he will do what he can to get here. He has been a wonderful interim dean of students for the elementary and deserves recognition before he goes. And then the last teacher who recommended him, he is flexible and always willing to support both campuses. If you send him a text, he responds quickly and shows up ready to help. He has a great balance with students, playful and engaging when appropriate, yet firm and structured when needed. Our elementary students truly enjoy having him on campus, and we're grateful for the positive energy and leadership he brings. And then I also want to add that I'm very thankful that he has been here this year to help me in every day.
You want to recognize who got the,
Coach Wilson is the one who was voted as Staff of the Month.
no, that too, but who got the gift card and stuff this month?
Oh, yes, sorry. And thank you to Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones for supplying us with Sonic gift cards this month.
Oh, well, I might not hear it.
Thank you, Dr. Bratton. We'll move forward with public comments. Our next matter of business will be the review of our previous minutes of our last scheduled board meeting on March 9th.
Motion.
I second.
A motion was made by Ms. Perkins to accept the minutes of the previously regularly scheduled meeting on March 9th, 2026.
Brandon.
Oh,
Brandon.
did.
Seconded by Mr. Parker. All in favor of accepting the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion will carry 6-0. Minutes of our previous regularly scheduled meeting on April 6th of last week. You should all have copies of those.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
We have a motion by Ms. Sherry to accept the minutes of the previously scheduled meeting on April 6th. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Jones. All in favor of accepting the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion will carry 6-0. Moving on to previous expenditures.
You still look at the things, there's a couple of the items, the game and fish, we talk about a lot. talked to Dr. Pratt, and we're gonna go ahead and order some archery stuff just to have it if we get to start it back up, so we're gonna take care of all that. The state safety school grant, Ms. Consuelo, did you get, I guess you got that recoded, we're just waiting for them to turn it into us now? And the others are still federal money there on the second page. And I'll talk about this again, but if you look at our child nutrition, we're $19,000 to the positive.
Oh, that's great.
Make a motion, we approve the previous expenditures.
I second the motion.
Ms. Perkins has made a motion to accept the previous expenditures. Ms. Crouch has seconded the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion will be accepted 6-0. Moving forward to our district reports.
All right, the first thing I want to talk about is obviously we still have 2 CDs that are still there. They've hit their mark, their maturity mark. So I spoke with Miss Judy and Miss Consuelo, and I spoke about this as well. But I spoke with Miss Judy at the bank. They're going to get us some plans on creating 2 different CDs again, and I'll bring that to you guys. But I do think I kind of like having that there, just in case something happens. But she said we could start it back over. They probably would just roll them over. But she said she'd get me some information on that, and I'll probably bring that to you guys in May.
Okay.
So that's that. Then total balance, this is expenditures like I always do. This was for the end of March. We've spent $6,823,379. This year, this time last year, we had spent $7,034,056. So that's $210,677 less, and that also is counting the HVAC stuff. I'm just counting that as we've already completely paid it, but we have not paid one bill of that yet. This month we spent $695,094. Last March we spent $723,307, which is $28,213 less. So still doing very well, and I really like where we are. Now we'll have probably a bigger month next month because we just paid our final bill for our ALE stuff. So.
Okay.
That ALE, right? Yeah. So that'll probably eat into that a little bit, but we should still be in good shape on that. Revenue wise, we've revenued $7,752,624. Last year this time we had revenued $7,058,045. So we're up $328,000. Now that math don't math, I get it. But I'm taking away the total loan that we got for $366,500, so I'm not counting that in any revenue.
Okay.
So we're up $328,000 in revenue. So it's good to see.
Yes.
And also, Ms. Consuelo and I were talking about this. We went back last year at the end of March. I think we were like $20,000 more revenue than expenditures, but you could see we're a good amount above on revenue over expenditures at this point this time, so it's definitely what we want. Operating fund, ending balance, so our total ending balance counting what we haven't paid for our HVAC yet, year to date, right now is $1,965,046. And then last March was $1,473,460. So if you take out what we owe on the HVAC, we're still $117,000 higher at the end of this month than we were last year at this time. So again, I'm proud of that. So again, just total overall balance with all accounts. At the end of fiscal year 25 in March, we were at 3.2 million. This March we're at 3.8 million. Again, if you take out what we owe for the loan, we're still sitting at $315,106 more at the end of March this year versus last year. So again, it's good things, and it's again, Ms. Consuela does a great job. All of our office people, the teachers, the administration, they're all doing a good job making sure that we're being financially and fiscal responsible. But child nutrition, again, I like to brag on them because
That's awesome.
it's amazing
19.
to see where we were to where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, we are $59,853 ahead of where we were this time last year.
That's
Because we were at a
amazing.
negative $40,312 last year at this time.
Consuelo, we do appreciate you so much too.
Yeah.
I know you do so much. You and BJ, but I know you put a lot of hours in. We appreciate you. I know y'all have.
Yeah, and Miss
Yeah.
Miss Sager
Yeah.
as well.
Miss
Miss
Sager and
Sager.
all
Miss
those
Sager.
ladies deserve
Oh
a
yeah.
round of applause because,
Appreciate
and
it.
I think I've told you guys, my aunt is a child nutrition person at Hackett, which is
Really?
over by our hometown, and she told me, she goes, BJ, if you tell me what you asked Miss Sager to do, I quit. I said, well, good thing Miss Sager's not you, Nancy.
That's right.
But
That's
you know, again, that goes to Miss Sager and all of our child nutrition ladies that work in the cafeteria.
That's
So they're
right.
doing a great
Right.
job, and they're being mindful.
They are
And
very mindful.
I know sometimes in their jobs, and I will say this because I know sometimes that the kids want to come back for seconds and they want
Oh,
more,
yeah.
and sometimes they got to say no because
Right.
you know. And I told them, I said, "Put me. I can be the bad guy. You're doing what I've asked you to do." You know. So, but they do a really good job. So I'm very happy with them and very proud of all the work they've done. But
So what happens with that 19,000 that we're over, we have in that
well, that
account?
would just be carried over. To me, I think we haven't really talked about that honestly because we never.
I mean,
we
I'm
haven't
just
been-
curious. I
To
mean,
me, it
'cause-
carries over. You leave it in there for next year.
Okay.
That's my opinion. We haven't.
Oh, yeah, because you never know the prices.
Like, just say if it's in general, general supplies or whatever, then I would just take that and knock off, absorb that negative, but like he said, we'll carry over, plus.
Yeah.
Which is really great.
But it's I was gonna say, it's nice to
good.
know that you're not gonna be having to move that out of
Move
general
it.
fund at the end of the school
Yeah.
year and cover it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been that way for a while.
But that's all I got.
Yeah.
If y'all have any questions?
What were the last numbers you gave with 3.2 million?
For,
3.2 and
oh,
3.8.
so total balance is out of all accounts. That's every account we have. We have, in this school year, we have $3,801,609. That's what we had at the end of March this year. Last year was $3,248,003. Now again, I know this math don't math, but you still gotta take away what we owe for the final part of that,
What is that payment?
the HVAC. $238,500 is what we owe on that. But if you take that away, it's still $315,106 more than what we had at the end of March last year. So,
So our reserves, where were we last year at this point?
you talking about like the CDs?
Right.
CD last year at this point, I'll find it. So there it is. CDs at the end of March last year, we were at 638,738 because we took the second one at the end of the school year, and then this year we're at $343,057.
And that's the 343.57 is what we're looking at for 2 CDs.
Yeah. And then, but the key thing, which I think everybody understands now that we've talked about it at length, is our building fund is still $1.5 million, which has been there for now it's going on 2 years. So. Yeah,
Yes.
'cause we haven't had to touch it to operate.
It's great.
So we dropped our reserve
Yes.
CD money
Yeah.
in half.
Yeah. But the one key thing on that, though, Mr. Brandon, is the state doesn't look at it as a reserve. The state looks at it as it was already in our operating fund, and they want to know why you weren't using that and using your building fund, which was the question raised.
On the elementary, a while back, we talked about that they use the same paperwork, you
Yeah, I
know.
was about
and-
to ask the same thing.
the same paperwork that would
Oh.
give us the opportunity
Yeah.
to have a new.
So we're still waiting on them to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were in the middle of that. They were still doing walk-arounds for people that were going to get served.
But they have already started with
But
the
they've
new.
already doing other schools, so
Oh.
they told me they would let me know when they're ready to come out.
So how do we prepare for that? They just show up and
They
do
just
what
show
they
up
do.
and walk around. The biggest thing is the preparation of what you've already been doing of doing the work orders and all that stuff, which is what they want to see.
Have the receipt paper out that shows all of them.
So we should have
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if they're here when it rains, we're going to be in really good shape.
Yeah.
I can't believe they use the same paperwork for
Paperwork.
the.
Yeah, they tried.
Wow.
That's
They
crazy.
did try.
Anything further discussion regarding district report? Ms. Coleman, district treasurer's report?
I also would like to thank Jason Hoover, which have saved us right at $1 million,
Wow.
you know, in maintenance, and fixing things. And he's been able to even cut us down even more because, Coach will tell you, we were looking at $26,000 in lights for the gym at the high school. And he was able to get us down to $6,000. So, you know, I attribute a lot of that to a lot of hard work and negotiating on his behalf.
Yeah.
You know,
Knowledge.
And knowledge. Yeah.
Knowledge.
yes, and Mr. Cardner, they're working around the clock. So, you know, if you see those guys anytime, anywhere, please thank them, you know, because I don't think they get thanked enough
Right.
for the hard work that they do. And they do come out on the days that we're not in school, and our coach do too. But we're on task for everything. It's just like what Coach was talking about, our CDs. He's gonna submit whatever Miss Julie brings us, but I think we just need to kind of let it just roll over, because we may not get the same yield that we're receiving now on our CDs. So, but other than that, that's all I have. Just everyone keep up the good work. You know, it's a sacrifice for everyone, but we appreciate, you know, everyone's hard work. So,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other discussion from Ms. Coleman?
What did you say, what was our rate? I know Megan asked last month, I think, rate on our CDs.
did you write?
I would love to be able to tell you, but I don't know.
Can't
off the top of my
remember.
head.
I know money market, I heard that Cadence is up to 3+ or better. I think it was over 3.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was over 3, but I don't want to say something that I don't know.
But that was not really, it's money market, so.
It's not the
No,
CD.
that, yeah.
But I'll go back and look and give you an answer, Brandon.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Nothing further. We'll move forward with building reports, starting with elementary and Dr. Bratton.
So right now we have started doing what you call an Atlas boot camp. And so what we're doing is we're working through the Atlas classroom tool system. So practice tests in order to help prepare our kids even more to take the Atlas test and be able to maneuver things around and kind of know the test questions that they're going to be presented with. And the teachers have been required to do this all year long, at least once a week, amongst their curriculum. And then we're really hitting it hard right now in 3 through 6, April 13th through the 17th, and April 20th through the 24th. And then the next week we will be testing April 27th through May 1st. And then, so May 1st is actually our field day that Friday. So we're testing that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I have these all posted on our Facebook page. It's also attached to our district website as well of what's being tested on each day. And then K through 2 will go through their Atlas boot camp April 20th through the 24th and April 27th through May 1st. And so then they will test that following week, May 4th through the 8th. There will be no testing that Monday, and so the 5th through the 8th actually. And that is all posted as well on each day and what we're testing. So one of the incentives that I actually did as a kid was we had an ice cream party at the end of the week. So each day we were rewarded with a coupon. So if you were, you know, not laying your head down, you were checking over that test 2 to 3 times, using your time completely and wisely, and every bit of time that they give you to take the test, you were checking over your work or whatever. And so the teachers, it'll be obviously the teacher's discretion, but the first day for 3 through 6 is like you get an ice cream cone, and then the next day's a scoop, and then the next day's another scoop, and then a topping. And then our littles only test 3 days. So it's like a cone, and then they get 2 scoops, and then they get a topping. So it's something that we're just trying to really, really, really improve our test scores more than anything. That is our focus. Just to give you a little bit of an update, we had a fundraiser. It was a Double Good popcorn fundraiser, which was amazing because there was no exchange of money or anything like that. And shout out to Landry Hayes. He is in 2nd grade, and he got a $100 check. He raised $1,827. So he really worked hard, and I'm so proud of him. So he got a $100 check, and he also his whole grade gets a chalk and bubble party because that's what they voted on before we even put out the fundraiser. We wanted to see what the kids really wanted to push them to raise enough money for our PBIS account, because we replenish that account, and it goes for our Bison store, it goes for our Top Golf trip, our Chuck E. Cheese trip, for our Atlas reward trips, any kind of rewards or incentives we pull from that account
And what grade
for our
was he in?
kids.
Second.
So that was
Second grade?
second. Landry, he sold $1,827. And then Parker Silverman, she was our winner for 5th grade, and grades 3 through 6 competed, and she won for the 5th grade group of kids, and they get a movie and dirty soda bar. And she sold $399, and she also got a $100 check. And so we raised a total of $4,816 in just 4 days.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
It was really good. And our Miss Goodrich and Miss Gwynn actually told me about this because they do this for Ocean Camp as well. And so they had done this in the fall and raised even more money than that. And so we ran it for just a short time, but that's kind of what, they suggested. And we did pretty well with it, I thought. Ocean Camp is also May 4th through the 8th. And then we have pre-K graduation May 11th. We have a talent show May 12th from 9 to 10. We have kindergarten graduation May 15th from 9 to 10. 6th grade graduation from 9 to 10 May 18th. And all this is posted on our webpage. And then May 19th is our last day. And I think that's really, just mainly talking about with my report is we're pushing for this test. We're pushing as hard as possible to really raise those scores and raise our letter grade. That has been my biggest goal. And our teachers are working very hard to do this, and I believe we're going to do it. I think that's it.
Thank you, Dr. Bratton. Any questions for her, comments? Thank you. Moving forward with our high school building report by Ms. Aukus.
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to congratulate and give a huge shout out to Miss Paget and Mrs. Green. They have both completed their NIET lead teacher designation, and so that's a big deal. We're super excited for them. It was a lot of work that they put forth for that. So that will total my lead teachers in the building to 3. I've got 2 more teachers going through a lead teacher designation program right now. Also, it's just a different avenue. It's through the Arkansas Public School Resource Center, and that those 2 are Miss McCalman and Miss Mills, and they should be done before we get out of school. So super excited that I'll bring my grand total to 5. 5 lead teachers in a building is a big deal, and I'm super excited and thankful that they wanted to put forth that extra effort, and that we are supported by Coach Green, because they did have to miss some days here and there. So those substitute costs, got to keep those down. But super excited about that. Want to brag on our FCCLA kids. They did amazing at their state conference last week. We had Jenna Murray, Carly Eads, Brooke Phelps got a level 3 in food innovations, which is gold. Chapter service project portfolio got second, which was Maddox Gray. Career investigation electronic portfolio level 3. Ariana Farrell got silver. Repurpose and redesign level 2. Maddox Moran, Christian Burton, Harley Whitehurst got gold. Chapter and review portfolio, Sloan Griffin, Lydia Cooney, Mia Davidson, gold. And then sports nutrition level 1, Catherine McCaskill and Draven McMillan placed in the gold category too. 13, okay, that's a lot. 13 of our students scored in the top 2 of their event, qualifying them to compete at the National Leadership Conference this summer, which is in Washington, D.C. And so Miss Wilson said, if anybody has a magic pot of gold, where she could get some money to help send any of these children to Washington, D.C. this year. She would like to know where it is so that she can get in that pot of gold. We've got FFA convention. It'll be next week. Not next week. The week after. No, it is next week. We've got several kids going to the FFA national convention too, or the state convention. I'm sorry. And then we started this week Atlas testing our Connect Care kids and our ALE kids. We brought all of those kids from wherever they are, ALE or at home, onto campus to do their Atlas testing, and then we'll be testing the rest of our students next week, starting on Monday. So we'll test Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and there will be a one test a day, so that we're not absolutely killing kids on testing.
Is that a change, or is that something
No, we've been testing one test a day for, this is probably our third year to do that. Yeah, it's worked out really well because I don't make the juniors and the seniors come to campus on those mornings, and so that just makes it a lot easier to have to deal with just our 7th through 10th graders. So, and they love it. The juniors and the seniors do, because they don't have to come to school till 10:30. We also have senior high academic awards on the 23rd. It's the night of the 23rd, so Miss Andreas handles all that. We also, so the week after testing, we've got a lot of things going that week. We've got a job fair on the 28th that Miss Mills and Miss McAlman have put together for our students. She may have reached out to some of you all, I'm not real sure, but she's got about 20 different businesses that are coming on that day to talk to our kids, and so we're really excited about that. And that is one of their final projects for their lead teacher designation. This Friday, the 17th, is a senior lunch, so they have chosen to go to Campi, so that's always a fun thing for them. And then we've got Play Day on the 30th, and then May 1st is our seniors' last day and their walkthrough, and where they come and drive all their crazy vehicles to school and all of that, so that'll be fun. And then the last thing I have to share with you is we got our ACT scores in. And if you look in your folders on the very, very back page, I put it in the very back page of your folder, I have taken all the names off, but put those ACT scores in order of least to greatest, and you can kind of go through those and see. But we had 10 students that had a 15 or below as a composite score. And then we had 14 students scored a 16 to an 18, 7 students scored a 19 through a 21, and then 4 students scored a 21 or more on the ACT.
This is 11th grade?
Yes, ma'am. This is our current 11th grade class, yes. So ACT scores don't count for our school grade, but I do think that they're important to look at to see where our kids are, because we always want kids to be able to improve on their ACT scores, because that's how they get money for college, typically. And so it's really important that we're looking at that and making sure that our kids are doing well. I also told my kids that if they scored 19 on the ACT, I'll give them a free day out of school.
Nice.
So that was a little incentive for them. And I told them that they have until August to get their 19 on their ACT. So they took this one in February, and if they want to get those days out of school, they'll have to keep taking them this summer, but we'll be able to honor
Why did you pick
those.
19?
That's the typical college, what it requires to get into college, yeah.
Do we
I thought
offer any prep courses for
We
that?
do an ACT prep during 7th period for
Okay.
juniors every year. It's just taught by our teachers here
Yeah.
at school, but yes. We do that. Coach Hughes does that. Miss Anderson and Miss Hearn does some of that, and we do a rotation, and they rotate through every 3 weeks, I think. So it's not a lot, but it's a little bit. One other thing, we've got 11th and 12th graders. I can't remember the date, but the National Guard has invited all of our 11th and 12th graders to go over to Hazen to participate in Guard X, which they'll be fed, but it's more of a they get to see some simulations of what they would do if they were to join the National Guard and how they could get money for school and get paid. We actually had one of our juniors. He is a National Guardsman now, and he is going to go to basic training this summer. So I'm super proud of him. It'll be a really good thing for him. But that's about it. That's all I have.
Sure.
Sorry, a little bit long-winded.
Sure.
So we have the Ocean Camp dance on Friday. That is from 5:30 to 8. And then also we have open enrollment for kindergarten on Friday as well. Can't forget about that. That's from 4 to 6 right before the dance. And so you need to bring your child's birth certificate, proof of residence, immunization records, and the Social Security card. And then we also have Picture Day, Thursday, April 23rd for our kindergartners as well. So that's just a few of the extra things. And I wanted to add one last thing before I let the mic go about testing. So families, how you can support us are making sure your children get enough sleep at night. And please provide a healthy breakfast if you can, or get them to school on time where we can provide them that breakfast for you. Ensure they arrive at school on time and plenty of time to eat breakfast if they're going to eat with us. And then encourage them most of all to do their very best. And it's just a test, but do your best.
Very good. We want to say a very special thank you to our building principals and for all that you do, and for the students, but for families as well. Any questions or comments?
On the ACT score deals, do you have this from the past?
Yeah.
How does it compare?
I haven't looked at last year, the year before scores since probably last year. I'll have to go back and look.
Okay. This seems like there's a lot of improvement that could be
I
made.
think that there is. I don't know that for sure, but I thought the same thing too. I just haven't had time to sit down and look at both, honestly.
Uh-huh.
I just got those in one day last week, maybe the week before.
How many take the prep class this year, you think?
So all of our juniors so any junior can opt out and take an ACT as long as they have their parent's signature. And so we did have some kids opt out, which, like I said, it doesn't affect our school grades. And if you have a kid that's dead set on not going to college, it's not something I recommend they don't do, but I can't force them to either. What was your question?
Just how many take it? I'm just curious. I mean, I can.
The
count,
prep
but
course.
I didn't
prep
know.
course.
The prep course. We
Yeah,
put
the
them
prep
all
course.
through. Everybody goes through. But we also, we do offer we don't offer it actually. The co-op offers an ACT prep course. I think it might be once a semester, or maybe once a year. And we get to send like 14 kids or something like that to that. And so we usually do it first come, first serve. And we don't always take 14, so there aren't always kids that, want to go. But we do have several kids that do go that we do try to take. It's a good ACT prep course. I wish we could bring them on campus, but it's pretty expensive.
Mhm.
That's why the co-op does it, because they can, revenue share and
Right.
pay for it like that.
How expensive is it?
I'm not sure how much the co-op does because, if we take 14, they offer it to every district that is under the co-op. So it's probably.
And I'm assuming that's part of what we're paying the co-op for.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. It was last year.
Sorry, my mic was off. I'm so sorry.
Repeat all that, please.
No, I can't.
Verbatim. Verbatim.
How long was it off?
I think since the second time, or the second question you asked. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Ms. August.
Thank you.
Anything further? Our next item on the agenda, we will move into executive session. Good. We want to welcome everyone back, both online and in-house. We will return from executive session at 7:04. Personnel, next.
The first item is a certified retirement. Miss Cavness has been with us for 22 years, and she came to me the other day and she said she would like to retire, and she's been really good for us in our district, and I'm wishing her nothing but the best, but I'm going to ask that you accept the recommendation of her resignation and retirement.
I make the motion.
I second the motion. Mandy.
Ms. Brewer has made a motion to accept the resignation and retirement of Ms. Monica Cavness as elementary art teacher effective at the end of the 2025-26 school year. Ms. Crouch has seconded the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion will carry 6-0. Next, we have a certified resignation.
All right, the first one is I'm going to recommend that you approve the resignation of Miss Kristen Murphy Coates as our high school special education teacher effective at the end of the 25-26 school year. Miss Coates has decided to pursue a career in school counseling and psychology, I think is what it was. She's been a really good employee for us. She's actually worked at both elementary and the high school, so she's been at both buildings in our district, and she's done a really good job for us. So I'm going to recommend that you approve her resignation.
Make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Jones has made a motion to accept the resignation of Miss Kristen Murphy Coates as a high school special education teacher effective at the end of the 25-26 school year. Ms. Perkins has seconded the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion will carry 6-0.
Our last resignation is from Ms. Taylor Busick as our high school building testing coordinator effective at the end of the 25-26 school year. And I'll just say the building and district testing coordinators do a lot of work, and she is still a classroom teacher, and she's out of that classroom a lot, so I completely understand why she felt the need to withdraw herself from that position. So I'm going to ask that you approve that resignation from that building testing coordinator.
So, go ahead.
I make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Crouch has made a motion to accept the resignation of Ms. Taylor Busick as high school building testing coordinator effective at the end of the 2025-26 school year. Ms. Perkins has seconded the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion will carry 6-0. Our next item is classified contract renewal.
All right, I'm going to recommend that you approve an offer of acceptance to all of the classified staff members for the 2026-27 school year.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Parker has made a motion to approve an offer of acceptance to all classified staff members presented to the board effective for the 26-27 school year. Mr. Jones has seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Congratulations to our classified staff for next year. Motion will carry 6-0. Certified contract renewal.
Just as classified, I'm going to recommend that you approve an offer of acceptance to all certified staff members for the 26-27 school year.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have made a motion to approve an offer of acceptance to all of our classified staff members presented to our board effective for the 26-27 school year. Ms. Brewer has seconded the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Congratulations to our certified faculty. Motion will carry 6-0. New business, 26-27 mowing contract.
I'm gonna recommend it, and I'll go through all the bids. Well, I'll do this. We received 5 bids. The first one was for $90,000, another one for $46,254, another one for $117,000, one for $37,800, and one for $36,660. So I'm gonna recommend that you approve our 2026-27 mowing contract with Celine Lawn Care LLC, which is owned by Steve Amato, in the amount of $36,660. And that's going to be paid over 12 monthly installments of $3,055. And that is up a little bit from $29,000, which is what we were paying Wilson Maintenance Company to do that. But with gas prices, the fuel prices and all that, I kind of figured it was going to go up a little bit. But they had some really good references. They mow almost all of the AT&T stores in our area, the Central Arkansas area, and almost all of the Waffle Houses in the Central Arkansas area. And so I do recommend that we approve that contract with them.
Make a motion?
Yeah.
Oh, grass is terrible right now.
Second.
Mr. Jones has made a motion to approve the contract with Celine Lawn Care LLC as our district mowing company in the contracted amount of $36,660 to be paid in 12 monthly payments in the amount of $3,055 for the 2026-27 school year. Ms. Perkins has seconded the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion has carried 6-0. Our field house naming.
I'm pretty excited about this, and Coach Wilson brought this to our attention last month in a non-action item. And it seemed like y'all were pretty good with it as well. I think it's a true testament to Coach Clayton and the job he did here while he was here, and producing what we have now really started that whole process. So I'm going to recommend that you approve the naming of our football field house in honor of James Clayton. Obviously, the cost will be picked up by the district to put names on the front and back of the field house so it could be seen from both sides. And the plan is at the athletic banquet for him to come to that and let him do a little deal for him there.
So moved. Second. I'm excited about this. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
And he came here when I was
Yeah.
my senior year, and it was a neat deal.
I think he'll try to make it for the sports banquet. I know he had a heart procedure
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
day, and then maybe at the football game as well. During the football games.
Brandon, that's been a little while since your senior year, hasn't it?
I think it was 12 years ago.
Yeah, just 12? Okay. Yeah. Mr. Parker has made a motion to approve the naming of our football field house after former Bison head football coach James Clayton. Mr. Jones has seconded the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The motion will carry 6-0. Moving forward, 26-27 Statement of Assurances.
I'm going to recommend that you approve the 26-27 Statement of Assurances, and this is kind of what it's for. So you're going to sign this acknowledging the fact that we will be good stewards of the money that is given to us. We will use those dollars for their intended purpose. It is us agreeing to have those programs funded by those dollars evaluated, if requested, and ensure that those funds are used to support students that are identified, be that through Title I or 6B or any other program. So,
I make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Crouch has made a motion to approve the 26-27 Statement of Assurances, seconded by Ms. Perkins. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion will carry 6-0. Moving forward to board officers.
All right, so it's y'all's turn now. So we need to have for the 26-27 school year, a president, vice president, and secretary.
I nominate Jeremy Carter for president.
I mean, do we essentially want to keep her?
Yeah. Whitney, will you make the motion for vice president and secretary as well?
I made a motion to approve the board officers.
As part what's written here,
I did it for all three at one time.
yeah, will you make motions for the other
Yeah, I'll make
officers?
those.
Whitney,
I don't know who the,
Our current vice president,
Brandon,
Mr. Parker, okay? And a secretary,
Sherry.
I second.
thank you.
where are we saying?
Mr. Jones has made a motion to approve the following board officers. Mr. Jeremy Carter as president, Mr. Brandon Parker as vice president, and Ms. Sherry Crouch as secretary for the 26-27 school year. Ms. Perkins has seconded the motion. All in favor of accepting say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Congratulations to our hardworking officers. The motion will carry 6-0. Moving forward, our board member disbursement and alternate disbursement officers.
So we need, as it says, we need a disbursement officer and a alternate disbursement officer.
That's you, Whitney, right? I move to remain the same for this upcoming year.
Second.
Thank you. Who is our alternate?
Miss Mandy.
Miss
right?
Mandy? Okay. Miss, you accept? Okay. Mr. Brandon Parker has made a motion to approve Whitney Jones as the disbursement and Mandy Brewer as the alternate disbursement officers for 26-27 school year. Ms. Perkins has seconded the motion. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say no. Congratulations and thank you to Whitney and Mandy. Next up, our board member legislative liaison.
I nominate
Whoever.
Megan.
I second Megan.
Sure.
Ms. Perkins, you do accept, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Jeremy, right? Didn't he
Yeah.
used to do that?
All right. Who
Ms. Brewer has made a motion to approve Ms. Megan Perkins as the legislative liaison for the 26-27 school year, seconded by Ms. Crouch. All in favor of accepting say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no.
Megan, can you-
Congratulations, Megan. The motion will carry 6-0. Moving forward, our next item of business is board member terms.
All right, so I explained this to everybody. We need two-year terms, which those are the 2028. So that's going to be Jeremy and Whitney for sure. And then we need 2 4 years, and then we need 3 6 years. And I talked to Lucas Harder today just to make sure I was right on that. So we need to vote. Y'all need to decide on who's going to do the 4 year and who's going to do the 3 6 year.
Where's the cup of straws?
We can do straws too. he said that we should let you decide if you can. If not, we have to do
Or
straws.
pieces of paper in a cup.
I thought we had already voted on
No, we voted to do 6-year terms.
Yeah, 6-year terms.
Oh.
So-
It'll stagger step
It'll
up
stagger
to
now,
the
now that
6-year
we have
terms.
everybody elected.
So Jeremy and Whitney are 2. I would, just go ahead and tell me what you would think, or who wants 4 and who wants 6.
I definitely want 4.
Well, then if you got 4, then we have to get 6.
Well, they're, all right, Mr. Green.
Unless Whitney wants.
So they're 4.
These 2.
that. So, all right,
There's-
We have to have 2 4s and 3 6s.
And 3 6s.
So me, Sherry, and who was that with us?
Brandon,
So Brandon nabbed a 4,
So we got the 6.
and then Adam did.
Whitney and I are gonna fight over the other 4.
Well, no,
Or no?
we-
No,
two.
Whitney and Jeremy are already in the 2.
Okay.
'cause they-
You and Brandon on the 4.
Okay.
And then the 6.
Whitney, Jeremy, okay, and
You're on the 6th.
Stated.
4-year term is Brandon.
I
Why,
think they just decided it, so I think we're good.
wait a minute, Brandon and who, you, right?
Brandon and Adam are
Adam,
4.
and then me and Mandy and
The
Megan.
girls are the 6.
Yeah. The girls are 6. That ain't fair.
I know.
So that
Well, I
will
think
put
somebody already
Okay.
made their mind.
I'll make the motion.
2028.
Here, as long as y'all want me here.
That will put Brandon and Adam up at 2030.
Wait,
And then that'll put Miss Megan, Miss Sherry, and Miss Mandy at 2032.
oh Lord. Bless us. Huh.
I will make a motion
Are you sure?
if
Second.
everybody's good with it. Okay.
I'll be 42.
She'll be 4.
I'll be 42.
I'm not saying how old I'll be.
I will make the motion to approve the board member year of terms, seconded by Ms. Perkins, serving 6-year terms, Ms. Brewer, Ms. Crouch, and Ms. Perkins, to end in 2032. Myself and Mr. Parker till 2030, and Mr. Carter and Mr. Jones in 2028.
2028, okay.
All in favor of accepting these as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Congratulations all. The motion will pass 6-0. Non-action items, beginning with football field lights.
I just want to kind of get this in y'all's heads because it's about time for us to start looking at doing something with our football field lights. I know we've talked about these in the past.
it.
Every time we go out there, I just pray that, one, they come on, and then pray, two, that they stay on. We're always fighting with lights being on and off, but Coach Harrison and Coach Gold and I, we met with the first company last Wednesday, I believe, maybe Tuesday. But that the first group was between 240 and 270. I've got in contact with one other company, and I have another company that's supposed to be calling me back. So we'll have 3 companies. Before we move any further, I'll bring that to you guys. That way we can talk about it a little more. But I do think it's getting close to
Yeah.
where we're going to
Have we gone through looking at the grant process? Because I know there is some stuff that I came across when looking at like the football field. Like, what could we do? I'll go back and look because
I'll nominate her as the grant coordinator.
I would second that too.
I second
If I can second.
Coordinator, writer, yeah,
I
everything.
might have a
I
bit
mean,
of
no, if you
experience.
want to
in
meet
that.
with me
Yeah.
tomorrow or sometime this week, we can look at it because we're
Yeah.
not anywhere remotely near.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do think it's something that we need to really look.
I mean, it
into.
may not cover all the costs, but any little,
Any
any little
little
bit
will
you can
help,
help
you know?
do that.
Do you know how long those lights have been up?
Since Coach
Seriously?
Clayton was here.
Since the field was built?
Yeah.
I would think they're some of the original. They had to be
Yeah.
pretty close to original.
Yeah, because they said all the wires were rotten.
And
Yeah, it's all rotten.
and the sound system,
Well, I mean, it can't be original, but like everything to it is rotten.
Yeah.
It's
bad.
So we're
Sound
talking like
system.
new poles, like
Yeah,
the
it will
whole,
be everything. That's
new poles and
everything.
everything, yeah.
And then
Can't
you
put
can, you
up
have the
with
choice of doing the light show stuff that everybody's got now. I'll be honest with you, talking to this company, they did a good job not trying to sell, because they can't match gold. They have yellow, and he's like, the yellow is just gonna be like an off-colored light, or white.
They are now.
You know, it's not, so I personally don't know that we need to look at all that lights show. I mean, now we can get the package that flashes the lights and does different things, but I don't know that we need to look at getting the colors, but that's just something we can look at when it's all said and get down to it. But
I can tell you, just because you get new lights doesn't mean they're good, for sure. We've been to some crappy places with
Yeah.
lights. So
Well,
if we do it,
so that is one
it's got to
thing.
be an improvement.
Yeah, but one thing that they do is they give you the lumens to show you what everything's gonna shine. And from what I've gathered, just the short time I've been looking into it, is the lumens they give you is for what it will look like in 10 to 15 years. So it'll be brighter earlier than what it will be in 10 to 15 years. But that way that you know, like, your weakest point will be.
Yeah.
But once we get all the quotes, I'll bring them in here to let you guys.
Do they have a
look at
mosquito bulb we could put in there too?
them.
Yeah,
Really
for
nice,
sure.
wouldn't it?
Nice.
But like
And
Baptist
bug.
scraps were not good.
Yeah.
Poland's are.
I know the company that we
Mason's
talked
not
with,
good.
that I talked with last week, is the one that did McCrory's, and I've been over there with Scott, and theirs are very nice. Any other questions on that? But like I said, that is gonna be something that.
So where did
most
they get
likely we're
theirs
gonna come
at?
From Lumatech is who did theirs.
Oh,
The next thing is pre-K tuition. I know last year we kind of tabled it until again this year. We did a lot of looking, Ms. Consuelo and I did, and so our match every year, we have to pay around $70,000 just because we have the program. So there were some things that we caught with going through and look, and Ms. Megan kind of asked some questions that were some good questions that had us, we went back and looked over past several years. And I think it made a lot of sense when we got looking at it, because what was going on, it made Lindsay think she had more money than what she really had, because the district was covering all the food costs for child nutrition at pre-K. They were also covering all the cost for the subs. They were just putting them onto elementary. So that was anywhere between $20,000 to $35,000 extra a year that Lindsay thought she had. And then when Ms. Consuelo and I kind of took over and we kind of changed how we were doing it, we were putting it out of the right funds. Lindsay all of a sudden, God love her, she's like, wait a minute, I'm used to having all this money. And then, so it was good when she brought that up, because we were able to show Miss Lindsay, hey, this is what was going on. This is where we're at now. So she kind of understands it a lot easier now. So it was good for that to happen. But also, we did come to a number. So we're spending, obviously, our match that we have to spend.
Hang on, what do we use to make that match? Salaries,
general supplies, and just miscellaneous stuff that they need throughout the year. So those are the three
none
things.
of the building things go
None
into
of the
that?
building
Okay.
things. But the majority of that, though, Ms. Megan, is salaries.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's for our district classroom
yeah, the
salaries.
two
you
staff
talking about
members.
building, what are you talking about?
Well, just anything with building maintenance or anything like that.
Okay.
But I mean, that miscellaneous would be probably, like, if that's what you're asking, Ms. Megan,
Well, like, I know Lone Oaks tuition is what Lone Oaks tuition is because they have to rent the space
Yeah.
from the district to have that
Yeah.
pre-K program there, and
Oh.
so that's why theirs
Yeah.
is a higher rate than what ours
Yeah.
is.
But with that being said, we know we have to pay around $70,000 each year. So on top of that, the district is covering about $15,000 to $25,000 per year. And I'm just gonna, I just shoot you straight. I don't feel like for $15,000 to $25,000 a year, it's worth us asking to raise that price up. I think it's good. I would like to keep where our district staff members are only paying half, and just keep it that way. So I'm not gonna bring a change or ask you to vote on anything. We just keep it the way it is, because I don't think $15,000 to $25,000 for that program is that bad.
So we're spending $15,000 to $25,000 for pre-K, but still, like the numbers you went over before, like we're still there.
Yeah, we're still there. And then another thing I want to bring up was I asked Lindsay to bring me over the last 3 years how many kids we've gotten that were in our program, this is the paid class, our ABC program that we kept in district that were not from town, and we're at 24 kids. So that's a pretty good number, because she was talking to me about how she had a list of people or a waiting list of people to come in. So our next steps are going to be looking at if it's feasible for us to open up a second paid class. So we're going to look and see. We won't do it this year. I don't think we're going to be ready for this year, but we're going to see where our numbers are for next year to see, because if we're getting that many kids extra per year, I think it's something that we need to really look into. So that might be something that we just talk about as we go on through the rest of the school year. But we'll know more come August. We'll know how many we got from another town. So
Why would you not want to start it for this next school year?
right, and so simple question. I think it's a very good question because I asked Lindsay. So right now we can't. Right now, without knowing all that she can know until the end of the year, she can't differentiate between if it's a kid coming for a paid class or a kid coming for a the ABC program, because we cannot open up another ABC program class because of what
We have
we're,
40 slots that
Yeah.
we can fill.
but we can open up another paid class. So that's to answer that question. So we won't know that until we know when we start school where the waiting list is, if it's ABC kids or if it's paid kids.
Well, where are we gonna get this extra space?
We have the room there.
Yeah, there's an extra
Oh,
room in that
okay,
building.
there is,
Yeah.
okay.
It's what was the cafeteria.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a cafeteria
okay.
type deal, but we do have the room there for that.
Good.
It's just then going and buying everything
Yeah,
to set up.
and Lindsay, Lindsay said it up front. She said, "Now it's a grand idea," but she said, "But it does cost money to start this." So, but I think it's worth looking at
Oh, yeah.
to see, because if we're bringing in 24 kids in a 3-year period, that's a good number that we're keeping. That's coming to us.
Well, and we did turn some people down.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
the waiting list that we're having to-
right,
having to look at,
exactly.
so.
Yeah.
Well, and ABC has a lot more qualifying pieces to it now than what they had before.
I'm glad you brought that up because it just reminded me. So, if you know anything about ABC, ABC has not had a rate increase, I think, since 2002 or 2001. For the first time since that time period, they're in major talks now, and Ms. Megan, you may can speak on this too, because I know you've heard about it too. But they're finally in talks of increasing funding for kids. So I will say this, because Lindsay and I had the conversation, it's not going to be a big increase. They're only talking like $700-900, I think, per kid. But just that alone would cover a lot of that $15,000 to $25,000 extra a year we're having to pay.
Right,
Or
right.
if you get
Anything
the
right now is
classroom.
going to be good because they've literally not raised funding
Since
up
then.
since 01-02.
Okay.
But they're getting hit by a lot of superintendents that have ABC programs and ABC directors. Like, hey, everybody else is getting money, but these people aren't getting
Right.
money.
Good.
That's all I
Anything
have.
further?
No.
We want to thank our board members for their service, our folks joining us online, Ms. Alkus, Dr. Bratton, Ms. Stivers, and Mr. Fowler for their presence here tonight. I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
I heard Miss Mandy first.
Whitney.
We'll go.
7:32.
We'll go Whitney.
7:30.
At 7:32. Our next regularly scheduled board meeting will take place on May the 11th, 2026 at 6 p.m.